Hi friends, let's get cracking with 10 things you didn't know. We bet you never knew which insect will literally play dead to escape an unwanted partner's lust. And you'll never guess which animal has intercourse with the same sex 94% more than they do with the opposite sex. So let's jump right into number 10. Tigers are extremely vengeful animals. While most people believe that they're petty whenever they are wronged, they all pale in comparison to arguably one of the most dangerous creatures on the planet, aka the tiger. This predator can easily take down anyone from up close or afar, but what really sets it apart from other creatures is that it can actually keep a grudge for many years. If you happen to throw a rock at one in a cage, for example, and it makes its way out a year later, it will hunt you down and make sure you get especially hurt when it bites your eyelashes off. Number 9. Raccoons are incredibly good at lockpicking. Raccoons are extremely talented when it comes to picking locks. In fact, when a team of experts tested this out, they came to the conclusion that after being showed how to do it, they managed to open a whopping 11 out of 13 complex locks in less than 10 tries in total. What's even more interesting than that is that they also managed to reopen the same locks the following day after the numbers were rearranged or the locks were flipped around altogether. This just comes to show that there's a certain reason as to why they look so much like they're bandits wearing eye masks. Number 8. Playing video games helps children get over their fears. When you're an adult, it's extremely difficult to actually get over a phobia that you had growing up. But strangely enough, this doesn't apply when you're very young. In most cases, actually confronting your fears is all that it takes to get over it. In a recent study made by Cheryl K. Olson, they discovered that video games are the perfect medium for children to fortify their courage over because it's completely safe. This is why many of the children nowadays seem to be a lot less scared of the unknown than they were in the past. I guess it's true what they say. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you can easily train a youngling to do whatever you want them to do. Number 7. Female dragonflies fake their death to escape intercourse. Whenever they don't want to mate with a random male dragonfly, a female dragonfly will literally drop to the ground and play dead until they lose their interest in her. In some cases, experts even realized that after laying the eggs once, the female dragonfly will never try to mate again, playing dead whenever a male counterpart approaches her. Some have even lost their lives because they were attacked while they were playing dead. That's a pretty funny way to die. Trying to play dead because you simply put, don't feel like actually making hokey pokey with your loved one. Number 6. The snow on Venus is actually metal. The weather on Venus is actually so hot that there's no actual snow anywhere to be seen. Instead, what we do end up seeing is metal pouring down from the sky. There are actually two types of metal coming down on the planet every now and then, known as galena and bismuthnite. The planet is so hot, in fact, that this metal ends up melting away, to the point where the great majority of the planet looks like an active volcano's inside. The temperature on the lower Venusian plains is so hot that it can even reach 480 degrees Celsius or 894 degrees Fahrenheit. This is definitely not the place to be in if you're looking to chill out, wouldn't you say so yourself? Number 5. Cheetahs can only run for 200 to 300 meters. While many of us have been conditioned to believe that cheetahs are the hardest creatures to outrun in the wild, as it turns out, they're actually nowhere near as hard to get away from as you think. Despite being the fastest creatures on the planet, the cheetahs can only keep up that insane speed for 200 to 300 meters. After that, they're literally breathless and they give up quite easily as well. This is why instead of just chasing their prey, they tend to lurk around in the bushes, hiding from them until they're close enough that they can take their prey by surprise. Usually, they will not run for any longer than a minute, so as long as you can survive that initial minute, you'll be safe from the cheetah's gaze. Number 4. Giraffes prefer same-sex intercourse. While most experts will tell you that they don't necessarily have a sexual orientation altogether, it would be quite silly not to acknowledge the fact that giraffes tend to go for the same sex when it comes to intercourse. Almost 94% of all intercourse that happens between giraffes happens between same-sex individuals, and in some cases, they will completely ignore female giraffes when it's mating season to hang out with their same-sex counterparts. Many have stated that this is one of the reasons as to why there's not that many giraffes out there in the first place. Even though they're not going extinct or anything like that, there are a lot less of them out there than you may think. Number 3. Wolves mate for life. Most creatures on this planet are not that sentimental when it comes to keeping a relationship going overnight. Even humans have a very high number of divorces going around, to the point where more than 50% of all marriages result in divorces. But that's not the case for wolves. Wolf relationships consist of an alpha male and a female. The offspring of their relationship also tend to take care of the younglings from their family, making their relationship more functional than most humans out there. Number 2. Elephants hold funerals for their dead. Elephants are amongst the most empathetic creatures on this planet. They will literally cry for you if you are crying around them. And if you're in a bad mood, they will realize it and try to make you laugh. A strange practice that has been observed for elephants, however, is that they actually hold funerals for one another after they pass. Their funerals consist of them getting together and mourning the ones they lost. They will even tear up in some cases, showing just how much they love the ones that are no longer with them. This just makes elephants even cooler than before. They are literally the kindest and most human creatures out there, to say the least. Number 1. Black holes alter reality. Black holes are said to literally swallow up every particle out there, changing them as they please. No life form can ever survive inside of a black hole. It is said that if a black hole were to approach our planet, we'd all cease to exist the very instant that it begins to pull us towards it. Black holes are literally impossibilities as far as science goes, since even light itself can't survive inside of them. There is a black hole in our galaxy that rests at the center of the Milky Way. Chances are that it won't have any effect on us, however, within the next million years or so. Wow, those are some cool facts. Let us know in the comments section which one was your favorite. Also, be sure to click on the recommended videos on the left and right side of the screen for more awesome content from us. See ya!